Okay, let's assess the damage. Doesn't seem to be too bad. Yeah, we just got the case. Tight. Hi there, I'm Spencer. You're watching Motoscout. You already knew that because you know how to read. Hopefully. I don't really know what I had planned for this video today. Gosh, it is hecka windy. I just put on these British Customs turnout pipes. And I kind of wanted to, I mean, I've had them on for about a week now, but I kind of wanted to give you guys a little taste of how they sound, along with a little bit of a first impression. It's not really a first impressions because I've had them on for a few days, but you know, just so you guys can get a little bit of a feel for them. This is a 2020 Triumph Speed Twin, and I'll start this off by saying I did not hate the factory pipes. They looked really cool, and they sounded really good for factory pipes. So after riding this bike for a while with the factory pipes on them, I was a little bit torn about putting on the British Customs turnouts. You know, of course, when I first bought the bike, that was like one of the first things I wanted to do, but after riding it for a while and looking at it for a while, I decided I liked the factory pipes. But, you know, I kind of wanted that low, what are you doing, my guy? I kind of wanted that low-end growl and decel pop and all that stuff, so we're getting into some twisties here, so I'll give you guys a little taste of how it sounds, and then we'll talk about how I actually feel about them. Old ladies out for their evening walks. Take it slow. We're in Gig Harbor. Lots of really nice houses around here. Anyway, I really like them. I was expecting them to be super droney on like the highway and long rides, but they're not. They're pretty mellow. To be fair, I don't have the X-pipe in this thing, so it's just the tips, which the decibel level has gone up, I wouldn't say substantially, but it's enough to make quite a bit of a difference. But the best part is that decel pop. Sounds so good. But I do like them, and I like the way that they look. I wasn't really sure how I would feel about the way they look either. It definitely made the factory mirrors much more obvious, taking that big back end muffler off. But, you know, all in all, now that I'm a little bit more used to it, I really like the way that they look. happening. There goes my GoPro. Hopefully it's salvageable. Pull over here now that you guys have kind of got a little bit of a taste. Let's see how badly we f***ed up our GoPro. Okay, let's assess the damage. Doesn't seem to be too bad. Yeah, we just got the case tight. So anyway, the pipes sound awesome, and I'm sure they sound even better with the X pipe installed, but I just don't want to deal with all that stuff yet. Maybe in the future, but if you're watching this trying to decide whether or not you should buy a pair of the British Customs turnout pipes, I would definitely recommend it. They're very easy to install, they sound awesome, they give your bike a little bit more of that custom look. I mean, just, what can I say? They sound awesome. When you get on it, they for sure are quite a bit louder than the factory pipes, but I'm not sure. I mean, I haven't really done a decibel reading, but I have done it before and after, which I'll cut in right here. So that's what the factory pipes sound like versus the British Customs pipes, and there's definitely a tonal change, like definitely a tonal change. That's where I was supposed to turn. God dang it, and I gotta turn around. There's definitely a tonal change, and it sounds much better. But again, the factory pipes didn't sound bad. So it's really kind of a coin toss. Do you want to spend the $400 and have a little bit more of a custom looking bike with a little bit more of a growl and a grunt and a little bit more decel pop, which the factory pipes also have a decel pop. It's not as pronounced, but it's definitely there. So it's really, you know, do you like the look and do you like the sound? There's obviously no performance change, but at the end of the day, it's really just preference. I really like them. It took a few days for me to get used to the way that they look after staring at my bike so long with the factory pipes on them, but you know, at the end of the day, I really like them. So I'm glad I did it. Now I just need to get that pesky British Customs tail tidy installed. I finally got it. I'm gonna get that bad boy installed, and that should pretty much complete the look of this bike. That is before paint. I do plan once the winter hits and the weather starts to turn, which as you can see it's already kind of starting, I do want to do a paint job. I'm not really sure how I'm going to go about doing that yet. I have no idea where I am. Dude, some of these houses are so sick. I mean, that's hella ugly with the stone on the outside, but I'm sure that wasn't cheap. I mean, but just listen to the decel pop. It sounds so delicious. Listen to that. Love that. I'm going to sit at this light with my turn indicator on and see if I remember to turn it off when we turn. Could also be sitting at this light for a very long time. This is a sensor light. Yep, we're gonna be here for a while, boys. Should I turn the other way and make another U-turn? In the state of Washington, after 2 cycles of the light, if you have not gotten a green light yet, you can run the light. However, This is kind of a busy intersection, and that makes me very nervous. Yeah, so there's the second cycle, so I'm going to turn right. Pop, 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 pop. So anyway, while we're stuck behind these cars, at the end of the day, I'm super stoked about my purchase. It makes me want to do more to the bike, like get the X-Pipe, but I didn't want obnoxious exhaust, which I don't think this is an obnoxious exhaust, but it is quite a bit louder. Sometimes when I'm detailing, I kind of feel bad for people like that, but I don't really care at the same time. I'm not a loud pipe saves lives kind of guy, but I just don't really care. I think people should be able to do whatever the hell they want, as long as they're not hurting anybody else. You know, that being said, I have been in situations where I grew up in Southern California where lane splitting is legal. Here it's not legal, but I'd be sitting in bumper to bumper traffic and a big old Harley would go by and just blip the hell out of me right when he's right next to me. And I know that's to show like, hey, I'm next to you, please don't turn or whatever, but it was always like I'm just at a stop and they would just blast me and it would scare the living hell out of me. So that was always annoying. And I also grew up, the house I grew up in was on a long straight road with no stop signs or lights for a quarter mile. And so in the middle of the night, I'd get super loud Harleys and Victories and street bikes, sport bikes, blasting down right next to my bedroom window, you know, just hammering through the gears in the middle of the night, and it would drive me bananas. So I try not to be that guy, but I also am like, I just don't, you know, do what you gotta do, I guess. If that's what makes you feel good, then that's what makes you feel good. Who am I to judge you? But anyway, I don't think that it's that big of a deal. You know, some people suck, but I just try not to be that guy and be a super loud, obnoxious neighbor or guy riding by your house in the middle of the night. So, you know, at the end of the day, do what you gotta do. But the point of all that is, these are super cool, and they are a comfortable decibel level, both on and off the bike. I've had my wife tell me if she can hear me coming home and all that stuff, and she can't from inside of our house. I mean, she can if it's like dead quiet. Obviously you can hear a mouse fart, but you know, it's not obnoxious or super distracting. It just sounds like normal engine noise. So if you're looking for super loud pipes, these are not the ones unless you have the X-Pipe. From what I understand, the X-Pipe really opens it up and gives you that little bit of extra oomph, and also is a little bit of a performance increase. So, you know, with these you're not going to get any difference in your performance, so it doesn't really matter if you're looking for performance increase. Let's try not to take out our GoPro again. So there it is, my opinion on the British Customs turnout pipes that nobody asked for. I guess to sum it all up, if you're tempted to buy a set, I highly recommend. Especially after swapping out the factory mirrors for these Moto Gadget mirrors, it really made a huge difference on the look. Now I just got to get the British Customs tail tidy installed, and she'll be pretty much done until winter, and I send her off for paint. So, pretty exciting. I'm loving the way this thing's coming out. I think I'm going to get the black covers here too. I'm not sure yet though. I like breaking up the black there, so I'm not really sure. We'll see. Maybe I'll wait till after it's painted and we'll see how it looks. Anyways, thanks for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you on the next one.